Most people live their lives by accident. They live life as it happens to them. Oh, they have good intentions. They have hopes and dreams just like you and me, but they drift. They don't steer. And then one day they find themselves someplace they never intended to be, living a life they never designed, surrounded by people they don't particularly care for, doing things they don't especially enjoy. And they ask themselves, how did I get here? I'll tell you how they got there, one small decision at a time. The decision to stay in bed rather than get up early. The decision to watch television rather than read a book. The decision to spend rather than save. The decision to quit rather than persist. One small decision repeated daily becomes your life. But here's the incredible news. If small decisions repeated over time can lead you to a life of quiet desperation, then small decisions repeated daily can also lead you to a life of incredible abundance, joy, and fulfillment. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. How 21 minutes invested wisely can completely transform your life. The power of 21 minutes. Why 21 minutes? Well, studies have shown that it takes about 21 days to form a new habit. And I believe it takes about 21 minutes of focused thought and deliberate action to set those 21 days in motion. 21 minutes to plant the seeds of change. 21 minutes to set a new direction. 21 minutes to begin the transformation from where you are to where you want to be. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Jim, you can't change your life in 21 minutes. That's ridiculous. And you're right, sort of. You won't completely transform your circumstances in 21 minutes. You won't double your income or lose 50 pounds or save your marriage in 21 minutes. But you can make the decision that will lead to those results in 21 minutes. You can set in motion the forces that will over time create exactly the life you desire. Here's what I want you to understand. Everything in your life right now, everything you have, everything you're experiencing, everything you're feeling is the result of the decisions you've made up to this point. If you want something different, you've got to make different decisions. It's as simple and as difficult as that. 7 areas for 21-minute transformation. So I want to walk you through 7 key areas of your life where spending just 21 minutes can create massive, lasting change. These are complicated strategies. They're simple. But as I often say, the things that are easy to do are also easy not to do. The choice is yours. 1. Your philosophy, 3 minutes. Let's start with your philosophy. Your philosophy is your view of life, your attitude toward life, the way you think about life. And your philosophy determines how you interpret what happens to you, which determines how you respond, which determines your outcomes. For the next 3 minutes, I want you to take out a piece of paper, yes, right now, and write down your current philosophy of life. What do you believe about success? About failure? About wealth? About relationships? About health? About happiness? Just write it down. Stream of consciousness. Don't edit. Don't judge. Just write. Now look at what you've written. Is this philosophy serving you? Is it leading you toward the life you want? Or is it holding you back? You see, most people never consciously choose their philosophy. They absorb it from their parents, their teachers, their friends, the media. But successful people deliberately choose a philosophy that empowers them rather than limits them. So, for the remainder of your 3 minutes, I want you to begin drafting a new philosophy. A philosophy built on these fundamental truths. 1, you are responsible for your life, not your parents, not your boss, not the economy, not the government. You. 2, life doesn't happen to you, it happens from you. You're not a thermometer that merely reflects the temperature of your environment. You're a thermostat that sets it. 3, the past does not equal the future. What happened yesterday has no power over what can happen tomorrow. 4, success is not something you pursue, it's something you attract by the person you become. Write this new philosophy down, refine it over time, and then review it every single day. Your philosophy will become your life. 2, your goals, 3 minutes. Now let's talk about your goals. You know, I've often said that the major reason for setting a goal is for what it makes of you to accomplish it. What it makes of you will always be the far greater value than what you get. For the next 3 minutes, I want you to write down your top 3 goals in the following areas: financial, relational, physical, and spiritual. Be specific. Instead of writing, I want to be wealthy, write, I want to earn $100,000 per year. Instead of writing, I want to be healthy, write, I want to run a 5,000 in under 30 minutes. Now circle one goal in each category that would have the greatest positive impact on your life if you achieved it in the next 90 days. These are your focus goals. For each focus goal, write down the answer to this question: why is this goal important to me? Your reasons will fuel your actions. If your reasons are strong enough, you'll find a way. If they're not, you'll find an excuse. Remember, goals are like magnets. They'll attract the things that make them come true. Set the right goals and you'll attract the right people, the right opportunities, the right resources. 3. Your plan? 3 minutes. You've clarified your philosophy. You've set your goals. Now it's time to create your plan. As I often say, if you go to work on your goals will go to work on you. If you go to work on your plan will go to work on you. For the next 3 minutes, I want you to take each of your focus goals and break it down into 3 specific actions you can take in the next 24 hours to move toward that goal. These aren't vague intentions like start eating better. These are concrete, measurable actions like prepare a grocery list of healthy foods or sign up for a gym membership or call 3 potential clients. The key is to break down your big goals into small, manageable steps so simple that you can't say no to taking them. Most people overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can do in a year. By breaking your goals down into small daily actions, you create momentum. And momentum is the great exaggerator. It makes small things grow and grow and grow and grow. So, plan your work, then work your plan. As I like to say, don't start the day until you finished it on paper. 4. Your associations, 3 minutes. Now, let's talk about your associations, the people you spend time with. You've heard me say it before, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Their habits, their attitudes, their incomes, their health, it all rubs off on you. For the next 3 minutes, I want you to make 2 lists. On the first list, write down the names of the 5 people you spend the most time with. On the second list, write down the names of 5 people you admire, most people who have the success, the character, the relationships, the health that you desire. Now compare these lists. Are they the same? Are they different? Are the people on your first list helping you become the person you want to be? Are they encouraging you, challenging you, supporting you? Or are they holding you back, dragging you down, reinforcing old patterns? You see, there are 2 kinds of people in this world, people who lift and people who lean. You want to surround yourself with people who lift you higher, who expect more from you than you expect from yourself, who help you become the best version of yourself. So make a decision right now to spend more time with the lifters and less time with the leaners. Join a mastermind group, find a mentor, attend seminars and workshops where you'll meet people who are where you want to be. Read biographies of great men and women. Listen to podcasts and audiobooks by people who inspire you. Remember, association brings assimilation. You will become like the people you associate with. Choose wisely. 5. Your disciplines, 3 minutes. Let's move on to your disciplines. Disciplines are those daily habits that shape your destiny. As I often say, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. For the next 3 minutes, I want you to make 2 more lists. On the first list, write down 3 disciplines that you know would serve you if you practice them consistently. Maybe it's getting up early, exercising daily, reading for 30 minutes, saving 10% of your income, keeping a journal, expressing gratitude, planning your day, or following up with customers. On the second list, write down 3 time wasters or energy drainers that you engage in regularly. Maybe it's watching too much TV, complaining, procrastinating, gossiping, or mindless scrolling on social media. Now make a decision to install the disciplines from the first list and eliminate the time wasters from the second list. Remember, discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons. The pain of discipline is always less than the pain of regret. You see, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. And failure is simply a few errors in judgment repeated every day. It's the accumulated weight of our disciplines and our judgments that leads us either to fortune or to failure. So choose your disciplines carefully, for they will determine your destiny. 6, you're learning 3 minutes. Now, let's talk about your commitment to lifelong learning. You know what I say? Formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. For the next 3 minutes, I want you to create your personal growth plan. First, identify 3 areas where you need to grow in order to achieve your goals. Maybe it's leadership, communication, sales, marketing, investing, health, or relationships. Next, identify specific resources that will help you grow in each area. Books, courses, seminars, mentors, podcasts. Be specific. Don't just read more books. Write Read, Think, and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, or take a public speaking course at the community college. Finally, schedule time for your growth. Block out at least 30 minutes every day for reading, listening, or learning. Remember, if you work hard on your job, you'll make a living. If you work hard on yourself, you'll make a fortune. The most important investment you can make is the investment in yourself. The best asset you can build is an asset called you. So commit to becoming a lifelong learner. Let others entertain themselves with TV and social media. You focus on growing yourself, on becoming more valuable, on developing skills that the marketplace will reward handsomely. As I like to say, don't wish it were easy or wish you were better. Don't wish for fewer problems. Wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenge. Wish for more wisdom. 7, you're giving. 3 minutes. Finally, let's talk about your commitment to giving. You see, the secret to living is giving. Life gives to the givers and takes from the takers. The more you give, the more you receive. It's one of the great paradoxes of life. For the next 3 minutes, I want you to think about how you can add value to others. How can you serve? How can you contribute? How can you make a difference? Maybe it's volunteering at a local charity. Maybe it's mentoring a young person. Maybe it's calling a friend who's going through a tough time. Maybe it's sharing your knowledge, your experience, your wisdom with others. Whatever it is, make a commitment to give more of yourself. Not just your money, but your time, your attention, your knowledge, your skills, your love. Give without expectation of return. Give because that's the kind of person you want to be. Remember, you can have everything in life you want if you just help enough other people get what they want. The more people you serve, the more valuable you become. The more problems you solve, the more opportunity you attract. So, give freely. Give generously. Give without expectation of return. Give because giving transforms the giver even more than it does the receiver. Putting it all together. Now, let's put it all together. 7 years of transformation. 3 minutes each. 21 minutes total. But here's the key. These 21 minutes aren't a one-time event. They're the beginning of a lifelong journey. They're the planting of seeds that, if nurtured consistently, will grow into a harvest beyond your wildest dreams. So make these 21 minutes a daily practice. Review your philosophy. Refine your goals. Adjust your plan. Evaluate your associations. Strengthen your disciplines. Expand your learning. Increase your giving. Do this day after day, week after week, month after month, and I promise you your life will transform. Not overnight, but over time. And not by accident, but by design. The magic of consistency. You know, most people overestimate what they can accomplish in a day and underestimate what they can achieve in a year. The magic isn't in the 21 minutes themselves. It's in doing those 21 minutes consistently, day after day. Think about this. If you improve just 1% each day, after a year, you'll be 37 times better. Not 365% better, 3.65 times better, but 37 times better, because growth compounds. Each day's 1% builds on the previous day's improvement. That's the power of consistency. That's the magic of small disciplines practiced faithfully over time. As I like to say, success is neither magical nor mysterious. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying basic fundamentals. And these 21 minutes contain the fundamentals that, if applied consistently, will transform your life beyond recognition. The value of time? Let me ask you something. If I offered you $86,400 every day for the rest of your life, with just one condition, that you had to spend it all each day, with none of it carrying over to the next day, what would you do? Would you let any of it go to waste? Of course not. You'd spend every penny investing it wisely, using it to create value, to bring joy, to solve problems. Well, that's exactly what you have 86,400 seconds every day. And they must be spent. They can't be saved. They can't be carried over. Once they're gone forever. So the question is, are you spending your seconds as carefully as you would spend your dollars? Are you investing them in activities that will yield a return? Or are you wasting them on things that don't matter? 21 minutes is just 1,260 seconds. It's less than 1.5% of your day. If you're not willing to invest 1.5% of your day in creating the life you desire, then perhaps you don't desire it enough. Remember, we don't get what we want, we get what we are committed to. We don't get what we wish for, we get what we work for. We don't get what we hope for, we get what we design and create through disciplined, consistent action. The power of decision. You know, I believe there are three kinds of people in this world: those who make things happen, those who watch things happen, and those who wonder what happened. Which one are you? Are you going to make things happen? Are you going to take these 21 minutes and use them to create a new future? Are you going to make the decision right now to transform your life? Because that's what it comes down to, decision. The Latin root of the word decision means to cut off. When you make a true decision, you cut off all other possibilities. You burn the bridges. You commit fully with no plan B, no backup, no escape route. Most people never make decisions. They make suggestions to themselves. They make wishes. They make half-hearted attempts. But they don't make decisions. True decisions change your life instantly because they change who you are instantly. So I'm asking you right now, are you ready to decide? Are you ready to commit to these 21 minutes? Are you ready to commit to your philosophy, your goals, your plan, your associations, your disciplines, your learning, and your giving? The decision is yours. It always has been, always will be. The urgency of now. Let me share something with you that might create a sense of urgency. The average person lives about 27,375 days. That sounds like a lot until you realize that many of you have already lived 10,000, 15,000, maybe even 20,000 of those days. Each day that passes is one less day you have to create the life you desire. Each day that passes without decisive action is a day lost forever. As I often say, don't let the learning of your youth be the regret of your old age. The time to act is now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when the conditions are perfect. Now, because the conditions will never be perfect, there will always be challenges, obstacles, difficulties. That's life. The question isn't whether you'll face challenges, it's whether you'll let those challenges stop you. Successful people take action even when they're afraid. They take action even when they're uncertain. They take action even when the conditions aren't perfect. They understand that the perfect moment is a myth. The perfect moment is now. The miracle of personal development. Let me tell you something that might change your perspective. Personal development, this process of working on yourself, of improving your philosophy, setting goals, creating plans, choosing associations, developing disciplines, committing to learning and giving to others, is the greatest miracle of all. Why? Because when you work on yourself, everything else in your life gets better. Your relationships improve, your finances improve, your health improves, your happiness improves. Everything improves. Think about it. If you grow your income by 10%, that's good. But if you grow yourself by 10%, you can improve everything in your life by 10%. Your income, your relationships, your health, your happiness, your contribution, everything. That's why I'm so passionate about personal development. It's the master skill that improves all other skills. It's the meta habit that improves all other habits. It's the fundamental investment that yields returns in every area of your life. And these 21 minutes are your entry point into this miracle. These 21 minutes are your daily investment in becoming the person you were meant to be. These 21 minutes are your commitment to creating a life by design rather than by default. The power of incremental change. Now, I want to address something important. Some of you might be thinking, Jim, this all sounds great, but I've tried to change before and it didn't work. I've set goals before and I didn't achieve them. I've made plans before and I didn't follow through. I understand, I really do. Change is hard. Breaking old patterns is hard. Creating new habits is hard. But here's what I want you to understand. You don't have to change everything at once. You just have to change one thing, one small thing, consistently over time. That's the power of these 21 minutes. They're small enough to be manageable, but significant enough to make a difference. They're a small hinge that swings a big door. They're the first domino that, when tipped, can knock over dominoes 1,000 times larger. Remember, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be better than you were yesterday.